Game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics,
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
whether it's a championship win or a legendary play.
NSN Game Rewind bridges a past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
Call 586-304-4405
And start watching today. Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
Soccer fans, and National Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics,
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
whether it's a championship win or a legendary play.
NSN Game Rewind bridges a past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
Call 586-304-4405
And start watching today. Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
Soccer fans, and National Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku.
All for packages starting at just $2.99.
Don't miss a moment of the action.
National Soccer Network on Roku.
Every goal, every save, every moment.
Game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics,
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
whether it's a championship win or a legendary play.
NSN Game Rewind bridges a past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
Call 586-304-4405
And start watching today. Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
Welcome to this matchup here on the WPSL playoffs. We are here live on the National Soccer Network. Thank you for watching. So far, we have Niagara 18-12 going up against Sporting CT in the Women's Premier Soccer League East Region Pod semifinal. It's going to be a very exciting matchup between two clubs with plenty to prove in this matchup to see how far they can make it in this tournament. We are here in Niagara Falls, New York for the East Region part of the WPSL playoffs. It is a warm 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in this area right now with wind gusts up to 11 miles per hour. We'll see how the heat and the temperature affects this matchup, but both clubs looking to prove something here and to advance towards the East Finals matchup that will go live tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. So both teams looking to punch their ticket into the finals, into the final 8 of the nation in these WPSL playoffs. Sporting CT, likely the favorites here despite playing away in Niagara right now. They have 9 wins and 1 loss across their regular season. They placed first in the Northeastern Conference with a plus 27 goal difference. Very strong across the entire season. 37 goals for compared to 10 goals against. And comparing that to Niagara 18-12, who placed second in their conference, in the Great Lakes Erie Division. They scored 10 goals compared to 18 against. Most of those goals coming from their previous matchup, their last matchup of the regular season, a 10-0 loss against Internationals SC. So they will be looking to rebound big time against a formidable foe in Sporting CT. Sporting CT will be in all white, whereas Niagara 18-12 will be in all blacks. You can see all teams lined up, just getting pre-match rituals out of the way, and you'll get a good look at the field to see where everyone will be playing in this matchup. We are down to our final 16 clubs across the entirety of the WPSL. Today here, of course, we are focused on the East region. The winner of this matchup will move on to face the winner of Brooklyn City FC and PA Classics. Again, 24 hours from now, that will be the WPSL East Region Finals, but you got to get through this one first. Sporting CT starters, we have number 0, Caitlin Daly, number 26, Kara Jordan, number 6, Christina Stone, number 22, Emily Senator, number 33, Greta Brunello, number 11, Imani Jenkins, number 99, Jessica Hinton, number 21, Kylie McIntosh, number 14, Lainey Smith, number 8, Tiffany Weimer, and number 19, that's Trinity Meinhardt. My apologies there. For Niagara 18-12, number 7, Ariana Zumpano, number 55, Ava DeCellis, number 21, Chloe Briggs, number 6, Isabella Dietzman, number 22, Isabella Libera, number 25, Kelsey Riordan, number 9, Kyra Eaton, number 11, Macy Helwig, number 8, Maya McLean, number 5, Mia Dispasquale, and number 19, Trinity Meinhardt. We have captains in the middle of the field right now talking to the officials, getting everything squared away, figuring out which team will start with the ball. Based on pure statistics, again, it looks as if Sporting Connecticut are the favorites in this one, only suffering one loss, a very strong goal difference, 9 wins across the season compared to Niagara's 3 wins. Niagara at 18-12 did suffer a little bit of a skid to end the season, 2 draws and a loss, a major loss to Internationals SC. So it's been a little bit for them to pick up a win, but we will see under the pressure of these playoff atmospheres what they can do to rebound and perhaps get back to their winning ways. But in just a matter of moments, we will kick off here in the first matchup here of the East region, part of the WPSL playoffs. So we appreciate you guys joining us if you're watching on Roku or YouTube from the National Soccer Network. We are happy to be bringing this one to you. In terms of previous matchups, last 5, Sporting Connecticut came through with a 4-win, 1 loss to end their season in their last 5. Their most previous matchup was a 4-3 win against Rhode Island Rogues FC, then a 1-0 win against the New York Shockers, and before they suffered their only loss of the campaign, 3-1 against Merrimack Valley Hawks FC. And then before that, 2 wins, an 11-0 victory against Kingston Capitals, and a 2-1 victory against Merrimack Valley Hawks FC. Last 5 for Niagara 18-12, who once again finished second place in the Great Lakes Conference in the Erie division. Only 1 win out of their last 5. 10-0 loss against Internationals. 2-2 draw against Erie FC. 0-0 draw against Internationals. Then a 2-0 win against BC United. And then previously, before that, a 2-1 loss against BC United. But we'll be facing Sporting Connecticut here live in the playoffs in Niagara Falls. Home territory for Niagara 18-12. We'll see what they can do. And it looks like Niagara Falls will start with the ball. And we're going to take a deep shot down, and it will be collected. Let's get this game underway. Good pass back from, and a good giveaway. We're going to have a pass towards, but well defended there. And we're going to see it brought back up towards that left wing side, but it's going to be out of bounds for a Connecticut throw in. Connecticut will have a good backwards lob pass towards the center of the field. Couldn't find any of their wingers, though, so Niagara will take the ball. And we'll start from their back line. We'll see what they are able to do with it. Good pass down. But it's given away. Sporting Connecticut takes that one, but not before an interception there from Niagara, who's going to try to push it forward. Trying to find one of their forwards up top, towards the top of the 18, trying to juggle through a bunch of Sporting Connecticut players, still have the ball. It almost maybe should have gone for the shot there, but instead tries for the through ball, and it gets intercepted by Connecticut. We're going to have a pass back up the field, but it goes out of bounds. Just ran out of room on that right-hand side. So Connecticut will take this throw in here. And we'll look to hold on to the ball, get some good link-up passes, but a good interception there from Niagara, who's going to look to push this one forward on their left-hand side. Maybe send it through that left channel. Bunch of Connecticut players, white shirts. But they're going to call a foul there. And so it'll be a free kick, our first free kick of the game. Going to go to Niagara 18-12. From my vicinity. Currently unclear who's on the ball, but it's a good high arching pass towards the box. Oh, and does it go in? It goes in the back of the net. I think the keeper might have spilled that one. And Niagara, 18-12, take the early lead. Let's take a look at this free kick. Niagara came through with the first free kick opportunity of the game, and they send it forward. And we were able to quite clearly see, I think it was off frame, but maybe off the header for Niagara, and just able to squeeze it by. Just able to squeeze it by Caitlin Daly. And Niagara up. And so on the ball right now, towards that back line, looking to pad their lead. And after hearing the announcer, they say Connecticut goal, Kylie McIntosh. All right, so we know who scored, and it looks like I had the team colors swapped on accident. So Connecticut are in black right now, and they're pushing again, and they're gonna slot another one home. That's Connecticut that's scoring. So again, my apologies in the early goings. It looked as if from pregame warm-up stat, Niagara was in black and Connecticut were white, but they are flipped. So Connecticut comes through, just a beautiful cross inside the box right there, and able to slide that one home. Gets it past the entirety of the back line from Niagara, who are in whites and find themselves in a 2-0 deficit less than 5 minutes into this matchup. So if you're just joining us, Sporting Connecticut are sporting the blacks, and Niagara's are sporting the whites, the white kits.
Sporting Connecticut, second goal, scored by number 8, Tiffany Weimer.
Tiffany Weimer scores that goal after listening to the PA announcer on that one. So we appreciate the assist there. And it was a beautiful goal. Just slides that one into the bottom right corner. And so Kylie McIntosh, the first goal scorer in this matchup, on the ball right now, looking to throw this one in. Trying to find a couple of teammates. Good lob pass, trying to dribble around the box. And then Niagara coming through to get a good defensive takeaway on that one. They're really going to have to apply some pressure now and spend some time in this attacking half and maybe get some good chances inside the box. They got to get themselves back into this game. But Connecticut is able to pass it gently back to Caitlin Daly after tracking down Niagara there. So 6 minutes into this matchup, 2 goals by Sporting Connecticut very early on. One from a free kick by Kylie McIntosh to get on the end of that one from a header to just slide that one past the goalkeeper, who maybe spilled the ball. It was a little bit hard to see there. And then their second goal, after just a minute apart, Tiffany Weimer comes through. But here come Niagara with a good lob shot, trying to chip the keeper there. Ran out of room. It was a good catch by Daly. But that's what you got to do if you're Niagara. You got to get those shots off. You got to test the keeper. You got to see what they're capable of. Remember, this is all for a spot in the quarterfinals nationally and the East Region finals that will go live tomorrow. So it's win or go home here for these clubs now in the WPSL playoffs. Niagara looking to step back a little bit, not have too much of a crazy high press early on, letting Connecticut control most of the possession. But a little bit of a slip up there and a bad giveaway from Connecticut. They're going to allow some opportunities here for Niagara, trying to get a pass off. That was Wpsl who ended up giving that one away after the Connecticut giveaway, but now back towards Connecticut's back line. Able to just hold on to this one. And it'll be very interesting to see their approach, Connecticut, for the rest of this game. Passing it towards Jenkins, who's going to pass it back towards McIntosh, and they'll send it forward towards Stone. It'll go up towards the top of the 18, but Niagara defenders are there. Plenty of white shirts to take that one away. Foul will be called against Connecticut. Niagara 18-12. First foul in their favor. They'll take it inside their own half, but Connecticut's going to back off on the press a little bit. And Niagara will look to try to open up some areas. See if they can hang on to the ball for a little bit. Got to try and find some open space. Almost a good takeaway from Connecticut. Ends up being a good takeaway, but Niagara able to get it right back. And so far, some good one-touch passing from Niagara. Going to try to send them forward, but Connecticut's able to track them down. And they're able to get to the end of that one, and they will look to restart. So, yeah, we will see what Connecticut's strategy, being 2-0 up, after giving the ball away in a very ambitious shot from Niagara. I think that was Kyra Eaton. Unclear, though. From about 20 to 25 yards out. And, hey, it's another shot on target for Niagara. So you got to get as many shots on targets as you can, even if they're from far out. Ideally, though, they would like to get closer to the box for a higher percentage shot. But after a couple of slide tackles, Connecticut will look to chase that one down, but it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Niagara, who, if you're just joining us, suffered two very quick and early goals by the hands of Connecticut. Although they have the ball now, trying to find an open player who gets slid. And a good save by Caitlin Daly. I was really expecting a shot there, so I was not expecting the keeper to run up, but very good goalkeeper play by Caitlin Daly to get out of her line and jump on that ball before Niagara were able to take a shot. But that could have been, and maybe still was, their best chance of the game so far to get back in at Niagara. Ball goes out of bounds, though. It will be a Niagara throw-in. But it will be taken away by Connecticut, who's going to look for a through ball of their own. Going to go towards that left channel. Will it be tracked down? They'll look to get the ball back, but Niagara's there to pick it up. Although it lands on the feet of Connecticut once again, and it's sent towards the bottom left corner. And Connecticut scores their third in less than 12 minutes. Let's see how this one shaped out. Just a good, strong kick. I think that was Kelsey Riordan who got on the end of that one after a good pass back, a couple of mistakes on defense from that back line of Niagara 18-12, allowing it to get to the feet of Riordan, who takes that ball and just slots it home, bottom left corner. And now this is looking frightening for Niagara. Less than 12 minutes in Connecticut already up 3-0. They have to get something together here. They have to put together some plays to find some motivation again, find some confidence in themselves. Going down 3-0 this early could be very dangerous. And they got to be careful to not surrender even more goals to Connecticut. So I thought Connecticut maybe would have held back a little bit, maybe allowed Niagara to get some possession and just sat back and defended their 2-0 lead. But we've seen even early on in the matchup, they're playing hard. And they're looking to score goals. They're looking to secure their spot into the East Region Finals here in the WPSL playoffs. But now Niagara Falls have a very tall task in front of them. Although they will get this throw in here. A good overhead kick, but they will cause a foul, and Connecticut will take that one. They look to send it forward. It'll be kicked away towards midfield. But not much they're able to do with it there. Goes out of play. It'll be a Connecticut throw-in. They're just going to pass back to Caitlin Daly. Not much of a press from Niagara Falls. We know there's still plenty of time left in the game, but waiting for some quick action from Niagara Falls. I know you don't want to make too many mistakes in your own end to allow for a counterattack opportunity and to get all out of shape and out of position to potentially concede another goal in the hands of Connecticut. But at some point, you got to start at least making attempts to cut into this 3-0 lead. They're on the ball now. Hanging around their right-hand side, but it's going to be poked away by Connecticut. Will be a throw-in for Niagara. But Connecticut's able to take control of the ball once again. And then a good couple of combination passes. Gets past a bunch of Niagara defenders. And Connecticut will pass it towards the top of the 18. Are we going to see a long-range shot? We will. Gets chipped over the keeper, and it is in. Wow, what an amazing goal from Connecticut. From the top of the 18, outreaches everybody. Goes over with a solid chip through a couple of Niagara defenders and over the arms of Niagara's keeper. And Connecticut extend their lead to 4 early on in this matchup. Sporting Connecticut are on a roll in this matchup. They've come to play. I was unable to make out who was the one that ended up scoring that goal. But it was a phenomenal goal nonetheless. Possibly the best of the 4 we've seen so far that they've been able to score. And it's just looking more and more dangerous for Niagara.
Niagara 18-12 substitution. Onto the pitch, number 15, Jocelyn Calderoni. Replacing number 55, Ava DeCellis.
So you just heard the PA announcer there. We have our first substitution of the game. Early on in this matchup, unclear if it's an injury concern or just a switch up in tactics. But Jocelyn Calderoni comes through, number 15 for Niagara. And they replace 55, Ava DeCellis. So we'll see if there's any switch up in tactics or potentially formation. from the staff over there at Niagara 1812 to see if they can prevent any further damage to this contest here. And you still see Connecticut with a relatively high press. They got their 3 forwards all the way up. Not letting anything happen, but it is going to be a foul against Niagara. So Connecticut will have an easy path back to possession with the ball. And we're going to see a long-ranging pass defended away by Niagara there. And Connecticut will stick with the ball and just keep trying to send lob passes, looking for a back heel that can potentially go towards a shot, and they're going to try to slide one, but that one gets scooped up by Niagara. So a good shot on target from Connecticut. But at the end of the day, it was right to the keeper. But Connecticut with a good step in. Strong, hard running to keep possession of the ball. But now Niagara closing in. Connecticut still able to find some open lanes. Couldn't find a player there to rebound on that back pass. But even after the poke away from Niagara, Connecticut still get possession in their own half. And it looks like Niagara are just going to let them have it. Connecticut is just punching through that defensive line. So many quick passes, crosses into the box. That one defended away successfully by Niagara. But it is given away immediately to Connecticut. But Niagara there, the ball does not go out of play, so Niagara are able to take this. And we'll see if they can hold on to it. But they can't. They give it away back to Connecticut. Another through ball, and Connecticut's going to try to sidestep a couple of defenders, and it's a good shot, but saved. Even a better save from Niagara's keeper, preventing this from becoming 5-0. So incredible save there. Connecticut did all the work to get through all of the back line. But when it was one-on-one, keeper came in clutch for Niagara. Now we'll see a throw in favor of Connecticut. That was McIntosh throwing that in. They're going to pass it back. And we'll see what Connecticut do with the ball here. They give it away. They give it away to Niagara, who's going to be pushing forward now. Going to probably try to look for some help, but gets tripped up. No foul was called. Play on, says the referee, in Connecticut will stymie that attack. Looked somewhat promising for Niagara, but it wasn't enough. Too many black shirts there. And now Connecticut just slowing the pace of the game down. They're going to send it forward, though, as soon as I say it. And maybe they're going to look for another one. But they get shouldered away from the ball. Good defensive effort by Niagara, able to keep possession and hang on to the ball for a little bit. Although they're getting trapped in their own defensive end. Can they break out of it? Going to try and get a couple of passes. We see a long-ranging pass trying to get towards midfield. But Connecticut's defenders, that back line, staying strong. Haven't had to do much today in terms of preventing any offensive attacks from Niagara, but able to hold on to the ball well and not surrender it to opposition. But a good long-ranging cross from Connecticut, able to keep that one in bounds. But Niagara are able to take control. And a little bit of rough play towards that end line. But the ball stays in play. Connecticut are going to end up winning it in the end, but it's headed away. And possession takeover by Niagara. The little good step in from Connecticut to get that ball back. And again, even though Niagara had a couple of shots on target as they get the ball back here, they're going to look to try and get some more. They haven't had any from inside the 18-yard box. So we'll see what they're able to do. Just a long-ranging pass, but it's given right away to Connecticut. We're going to look to send this one forward. They're going to chip this one over, maybe looking for a very ambitious long-ranging shot to try to catch the keeper off guard. But it does go wide. And so we're going to have a little bit of a water break. For those of you that weren't here in the pre-match, it was 90 degrees and it is now 88 degrees. So temperatures dropped a couple of degrees, but still very, very warm weather to be playing soccer. Pretty uncomfortable in terms of the heat levels. But that has not stopped Connecticut from going on an absolute stampede and scoring goal after goal. Remember, Niagara suffered a brutal 10-0 loss to end the season on June 28th against Internationals SC. So not the best way for them to end the season heading into these playoffs, especially going up against a team like Sporting CT, who in their last matchup ended up scoring 4 goals. Granted, they gave away 3 against Rhode Island Rogues, but they still were able to come away with the win. And so far, we just haven't seen much from Niagara to show that they're able to hang with Connecticut early on in this matchup. Connecticut came through with a proper formation and tactics. They came through with I believe it was a 3-5-2 formation. They have Weimer and Smith up front. And then they got that back 3. They got that back 3 with McIntosh, Hinton, and Brunello. And then a middle 5 that have just been smothering Niagara anytime they're able to get possession on the ball. We've had a couple of shots. Like I mentioned, early on in the game, Niagara had a couple of opportunities, got past a couple of Connecticut defenders, were able to get some shots on target, but from very far out, 20 yards out, 30 yards out, easy catches for Caitlin Daly, goalkeeper for Sporting CT. And they had one through ball that looked very, very promising. If they were able to get to the end of that, could have at least brought one back. But again, that one, Daly was able to slide in and just take that ball away before Niagara were able to even get a shot off there. So there have been a couple of glimpses of hope of a solid offensive attack from Niagara. But it has been all Connecticut in this first half hour. As that ball goes out of bounds, it'll be a goal kick. So maybe a slight miscommunication in passing from Connecticut here. So Niagara will get back on this one. We'll see if they were able to discuss a potential change in tactics, a change in formation, a change in style of play during their water break to try to see if they can get themselves back into this matchup. It's also a very windy matchup. You guys can see a lot of the structures behind the field. Looks like a tent was falling over there. But Connecticut hang on to the ball, and it's outside of the post. I really thought that was going to go in, but it hits inside the post and right into the keeper's arms. Just stays on that line and doesn't go in at all. That's crazy. What an insane shot from Connecticut. It was a good cross inside the box, and then just a little flick from the outside of the foot. But it wasn't enough there as Niagara get called for offsides. That was Abby Johnson who had that shot that nearly went in, but it was off the post. So offsides call against Niagara. And Connecticut are just easing their way back into this matchup. Just slowing things down a little bit. But bad giveaway from Niagara, and Connecticut will pick up the pace once again. Maybe a shot from the 18, but instead a powerful pass. And it gets kicked away from Niagara. It'll be a Connecticut throw-in. So it looked like we might have seen a shot from outside the box once again, but they opted to go for that through ball to get a closer, more high percentage chance shot on target. Too heavy of a pass, but Connecticut are able to win the throw-in, pass this one back. Then maybe we'll see a shot from outside the box here, but that one also gets scooped up. So it was a good opportunity. I think that was Kylie McIntosh on that one. And again, not much of a high press here from Niagara, sort of letting Connecticut just hang around in their own half. Very dangerous strategy. But perhaps looking for a potential mistake from Connecticut, maybe trying to force a counterattack to get Connecticut out of shape, forcing them to have to track back. But Connecticut's been in control. Pass towards the left side will be sent through down that left wing. Gonna look to send it towards the top of the box, but the little dummy ball almost fakes out their own teammate. But they are able to win it back after it's kicked away from Niagara. And Connecticut will just have a crazy chip, and that's going to hit the side netting. It's all in all a good effort, all things considered. But a little bit of a crazy ambitious shot there from the side of the box. That would have been a very acrobatic goal. Looks like we might see another substitution hop in.
Replacing number 34, Leah Waslowicz, is number 6, Isabella Deachman.
So 34, Leah Waslowicz comes through for Niagara. who are hanging on to the ball so far. But another giveaway to Connecticut before they're able to get a pass off. And Connecticut trying to send that one to break that final barrier, to break that last line of defense for Niagara. But that one will go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Niagara. And you got to believe they're thinking at least one back before the half. No more from Connecticut and one back. That's got to be the strategy for Niagara to perhaps jumpstart their opportunity. And what a shot by Connecticut, saved by Niagara. So it'll be a corner kick. Our first corner kick of the game, believe it or not. 33 minutes in this matchup in our first corner kick, but about 25 yards out, we see an unbelievable strike from Connecticut trying to go for that top left corner of the post, but it's saved by Niagara. Very good stuff. Then a solid corner kick by Connecticut, but unable to find a black shirt there. Niagara were able to defend it and are going to try to send the long ball forward. This is what they've been looking for, a potential counterattack opportunity, but Connecticut were there. Their back line were hanging back, able to read it. And that could be the advantage of Connecticut. They don't need to send everybody up for corner kicks when you're up 4-0. They can keep their back line around midfield while the rest of the offensive players and the outfield players go towards the box to try to get that corner kick when you're up 4-0. So you're able to prevent counterattacks when implementing a strategy like that. So good on Connecticut there, but it's going to make the job a lot more difficult for Niagara if they look to hope on a counterattack opportunity, when Connecticut will just keep their back line from advancing. So Connecticut are able to keep this ball sort of on that left wing, but a good step in from Niagara, though Connecticut's going to send the player to the ground. It'll be a foul against Sporting CT. Niagara will take control deep inside their own half. But they'll see if they can send this one forward a little bit. But it gets taken away. A little too ambitious of a pass. Couldn't find an open player. And so Connecticut will look to try to take advantage of their own. We'll look to pass back. Oh, and then a rough pass from Connecticut. Gets intercepted by Niagara, but Connecticut takes it right back and able to restart their play. Going to send it towards that left wing. Going to see a cross inside the box. Heavy cross, but finds their teammate. And, Niagara there to defend that one before Connecticut were able to get to the end of that one. Ball stays in play. Haven't had too much time on this near side of the field. A lot of the game has been played on the center or far side of the field. So maybe this side, maybe Niagara can find some good luck, though Connecticut able to take it away there. Here comes Johnson with the ball, able to pass it towards middle of the field. Then we look for maybe a little through ball, trying to find a teammate there, but it gets taken away from Niagara, who look to send it. But Connecticut's there. Their back line, able to pick that one up. Good couple of passes from Connecticut, looking for a deep, ambitious cross that will go straight to the keeper. I mean, why not? You can try anything when you're up 4-0. Shots from any distance and passing to any teammate you want, no matter how congested or contested the matchup would be. Ball goes out of play. Niagara just ran out of room there. Connecticut will take the throw in. But they don't do much with the ball there. It goes out of play. Niagara will get the throw in for this one. They're going to send it forward, but once again, running out of room, just keeping a lot of the game on that far side of the field, making it easy for Connecticut to predict where they're going with the ball. But a couple of, and a drag towards the ground. A lot of crazy moves there. A lot of fighting over the ball. But Connecticut will have a free kick, almost a direct shot on goal there, but kicked away by Niagara. And now Connecticut looking to step through. Niagara looking for a handball, and they do get the call. Handball on Connecticut. And so Niagara will get the free kick. It will be from deep in their own territory, but it does stop a promising Connecticut attack. Things are starting to get a little bit chippy out on the field. You can sense the frustration in the Niagara players. We'll see if they're able to convert that energy towards some goal-scoring opportunities, especially they're going to have to before this first half is over. Again, looking to get one back to see if they can jumpstart a momentum switch heading into the second half. But Connecticut looking to maybe put a stop to that right now. Going to send a cross inside, and it'll be defended away by Niagara for a corner kick for Connecticut. Second corner kick of the game. And Connecticut will send that one all the way. It looked like as it was going out of bounds, but Niagara decided to keep it in by kicking it back into the field of play. Connecticut are able to get back to the end of that and send another cross inside the box, and it's kicked into the back of the net, bypasses all of the Niagara defenders, and that one mistake on defense ends up giving Connecticut another goal 40 minutes in, and they score their fifth. Niagara, from the corner kick that looked like it was going out of play, they kicked that one back in play, and Connecticut were able to get onto the end of that one, bypass a couple of Niagara defenders, cross it inside the box, and then finds a player who's able to just slot that one home, bottom left corner. And 40 minutes in, Connecticut are running away with this one 5-0. I believe that might have been Abby Johnson that was on the end of that one and scored. Again, never say never in the world of soccer, but it is looking increasingly unlikely for Niagara to get back in this matchup the more goals they concede, especially before this first half is over. But it looks like they're going to get a free kick. This could be a very good chance in the final third for Niagara to get a jump start on this game. Can they switch up the momentum right here? They need to put everything in to this free kick. Everything they've been practicing in terms of their set pieces, their most successful strategy, they have to put it here. What can Niagara do? Overhead kick, and it's just a little too high for their two forwards to get to the end of that one. You saw the vision. Caitlin Daly was there for Connecticut as well, maybe to punch that one away, but it was just over everybody's head. And so it was a good opportunity for Niagara to maybe get back into this matchup. But nothing comes of it in the end. And so with about 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time for this first half. Connecticut just keeping the ball. But Niagara able to take it away, but we're unable to take advantage of it. And Connecticut will get it back and maybe look to start a good attack of their own. They're going to try to send a through ball towards their end line and going to try to slot in a cross. Goal-saving dive from Niagara to kick that one out of bounds. And we'll suffer another corner kick from Sporting Connecticut. I believe the PA announcer said number 27, Lexi Taylor, was the one that ended up scoring that goal for Connecticut. But let's see if we can see what happens here with this goal in Connecticut. Have the corner kick. Lots of action going on inside the box. Couple of kicks, and I believe the ref is going to call a foul. Connecticut had a lot of good opportunities there. Things got scary inside the box for Niagara. I was anticipating a goal right there. But you got to give Niagara their credit, their flowers on that one. And they're sending the ball forward. Let's see what they're able to do with this possession here. Getting inside the box. Can they get a cross? And Connecticut will send that one out of bounds. It will be a corner kick, the first of the game for Niagara right before the 45-minute marker. We'll see how much stoppage time gets added. This could be Niagara's chance to get back into this game. Another set piece opportunity, this time from a corner kick. What are they able to conjure up here? So we can't quite see the kick, but we're going to see. Oh, we see the ball. We see the corner flag. They're going to send it forward. Lots of players towards the box. And once again, just too strong of a kick over everybody's heads. Second time that's happened for Niagara. And Connecticut will take control. Will there be any more action before the half is up? 2 minutes of added time. According to the PA announcer, we got 2 minutes of extra time, or stoppage time, I should say, added to this first half. And Connecticut will look to just hold on to the ball. And just see this one out for this first half. But if I'm Niagara, I'm sending everybody forward. You might as well. Maybe not everybody. You don't want to risk another counterattack and a goal from Connecticut themselves, but you want to at least apply a little bit of pressure to maybe force a mistake from the back end from Connecticut to see if you could get at least another shot on target to instill some confidence back into their players. And a good slide tackle, but couldn't get the ball away. Niagara do get the ball there, but they surrender it to Connecticut immediately. And now Connecticut are going to be pressing high once again. Going to look to bypass a couple of defenders. Going to look for a long-range shot, but just wide. I think that was Lexi Taylor once again with that one, but just sends it very far to the left. And that's what Niagara have to be careful of. We saw some good effort in a lot of their players trying to get the ball back after it being taken away from them. Like sliding in for the ball, but just falling out of reach. But they got to be wary of Connecticut attacks, and they still might not be done attacking. I think the ref might allow one more possession, one more go from Connecticut, who's going to look to send in a cross, and that will be kicked away from Niagara Falls. And that will be the half. So halftime here. Sporting Connecticut is up 5-0 over Niagara 18-12. Niagara is going to have a lot of work if they want to get themselves back into this matchup. Sporting Connecticut so far has been dominating and running away with this one. We appreciate you guys for joining us for this first half of action in the WPSL playoffs. We will see you back for the second half.
Manello's and Main Street Pizza.
The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26th and 27th, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com.
Chaos FC is a soccer club in Macomb County, Michigan,
Dedicated to player development through professional training.
Our mission is to offer a safe, positive environment that nurtures youth talent.
We aim to help players reach their full potential and compete at high levels in MYSL, MSP, SP, and MRL.
We provide equal opportunities for all players to develop skills, knowledge, and appreciation for soccer through top-tier training and positive coaching.
Our goal is to help players grow as individuals, promoting life skills such as sportsmanship, teamwork, goal setting, and fair play.
Learn more today by visiting chaosfc.us. Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
The Flint City Bucks are Michigan's top soccer franchise with 4 national championships, 9 conference titles, and 15 Great Lakes Division titles. They have produced 107 players for Major League Soccer, and they focus on attracting top talent and shaping soccer's future. Michigan Bucks Academy joins NLS Next new competition tier starting in September of 2025. This offers elevated levels of play and flexibility for high school participation. The Academy will provide premier development, high-performance training, and exposure to scouts through regional tournaments and MLS Next events. For more information on tryouts, training programs, and key updates as we prepare for our first season in MLS Next new tier, visit MichiganBucksAcademy.com.
If you are interested in participating in a sport that requires skill, fitness, strategic thinking, and team play, soccer offers opportunities at various levels to improve fitness and coordination.
Whether you prefer casual participation, competitive play, or joining a futsal league,
Our organization provides a welcoming environment to learn new skills and meet new people.
register today for the Macomb Soccer Summer Camp from July 14th to 18th.
The camp will be led by Kansas City's professional players James Togba and Mike De Silva.
It is open to boys and girls aged 6 through 16
with an early bird registration fee of $175
if registered by July 7th.
Gain knowledge from professionals in an engaging and competitive setting. For further information, visit mrsl.us. Accelerate your soccer journey this summer at Oakland University.
From June 30th to July 31st, players will have the incredible opportunity to refine their skills under the guidance of Oakland University soccer coaches.
Train at world-class facilities while gaining insight into life in a collegiate environment.
These camps cater to a range of skill sets and ages, from youth programs to the Elite ID program,
ensuring participants are surrounded by peers who challenge and inspire. As one of the premier soccer institutions in the Horizon League, Oakland University soccer program offers an unparalleled environment for growth and development.
Don't miss your chance.
Register now at oaklandboyssoccercamps.com. Experience the thrill of the game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics,
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
whether it's a championship win or a legendary play.
NSN Game Rewind bridges the past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
Call 586-304-4405
And start watching today.
The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26th and 27th, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com. The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26th and 27th, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com.
Chaos FC is a soccer club in Macomb County, Michigan.
Dedicated to player development through professional training.
Our mission is to offer a safe, positive environment that nurtures youth talent.
We aim to help players reach their full potential and compete at high levels in MYSL, MSP, SP, and MRL.
We provide equal opportunities for all players to develop skills, knowledge, and appreciation for soccer through top-tier training and positive coaching.
Our goal is to help players grow as individuals, promoting life skills such as sportsmanship, teamwork, goal setting, and fair play.
Learn more today by visiting chaosfc.us. Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
All right, welcome back. We are just getting ready for the second half of action here in the WPSL playoffs. Sporting Connecticut holds a 5-0 lead over Niagara, 18-12. If you are just joining us, Sporting Connecticut dominated possession, dominated in terms of chances, in practically every facet of statistics. Sporting Connecticut has the advantage. They've held Niagara to nothing. They've had a couple of shots on target from way outside of the box and a couple of set piece opportunities late in the half, but unable to come up with anything themselves. But Sporting Connecticut looking to just cruise their way to the finals of the East region part of the tournament. We are nationally down to the final 16 teams, but assuming Connecticut wins this matchup, they will advance towards the East Region Finals that will go live tomorrow. But we are in Niagara Falls, New York for this matchup. It is a hot one here. Kickoff temperature was about 90 degrees. It is now dropped to 88 degrees Fahrenheit here. And it is still relatively warm. But that has not slowed down Connecticut whatsoever. Connecticut had a couple of great opportunities, and for each of their chances, they've scored quite a few goals. They've scored their first goal very early on, 3 to 4 minutes in, through a free kick that was headed away, bypassed the Niagara Falls keeper. Their second goal was a solid through ball towards the center of the box and then slotted away. And I believe their third goal was from outside the 18, just outside the 18, towards that bottom right corner. Their fourth goal was a little bit of a chip over the keeper after a cross inside the box. And then their 5th goal came from a defensive error after a corner kick, allowing them to regain the ball, getting crossed inside the box and able to bypass the keeper with a very close ranged shot. Those have been all 5 of Connecticut's goals. And Niagara 1812 really going to have to come up with something. We assumed Connecticut would be the favorites heading into this matchup, as record-wise, they hold a 9-win, 0-draw, and 1-loss record for the season, the regular season in the WPSL, compared to Niagara 1812's 3-win, 2-draw, and 3-loss record during the regular season. So Sporting Connecticut, heavy advantage in terms of regular season performance. They've scored a plus 27 goal difference across all 10 of their matchups, whereas Niagara 1812's advancing to the playoffs on a minus 8 goal difference, but now suffering even more goals in the hands of Sporting CT. And again, the winner of this matchup will move on to the East Region Finals, or the National Quarterfinals, and they will face off against the winner of Brooklyn City FC and PA Classics, which will go off later today. I believe we're just waiting for all of the teams to get situated. I believe both teams have walked out of the locker room and are starting to head towards the field now. For those of you just joining us, Connecticut Sporting CT will be in all blacks, going from right to left is where they'll be attacking this half. And Niagara 1812 are in all whites, the home team here. And they will be attacking from left to right this half. And they will start with the ball, as this second half, moments away, and is underway. Niagara 1812 holding on to the ball, but it was a good effort from Connecticut. Just immediate run up in higher press to try to get that ball back. But Niagara able to hold on to the ball, hold on to their possession. And now they're going to try to hang around their right side of the field. But we'll have a bad giveaway to Connecticut. Luckily, too heavy of a touch for Connecticut. Niagara will just bring it back to their defensive line and will hold on to it on that side of the box. They're going to pass it back towards their right and maybe look to try to get some heavy advancement in their passes. But Connecticut able to take that one away and now have good positioning to maybe advance this one forward towards that final third. They opt to go back towards their own half, maybe just restart their play and try to bring it back to their keeper. And we'll see what Connecticut does with the ball. How much farther can they take this? How many more goals do they want to score before this is all said and done? Before they drop back and maybe allow Niagara to press higher and get some possession on the ball. But Connecticut are holding on to it for now, able to send it forward. Deep pass. Not sure if that's offsides or not, but won't matter anyway. The ball was too heavy and will go out of play for a goal kick. And Niagara 1812 will regain possession. Going to try to get a jump start onto this second half for Niagara. It's going to be very difficult against a strong Connecticut defense who've only allowed 10 goals all season. That's an average of 1 goal per matchup. But so far, Niagara have had no answers. They've had a bad giveaway for Connecticut, who were able to get back onto the end of the ball, and they chip it in between a couple of defenders. And there it is, 2.5 minutes into the second half, and Connecticut score their 6th. Let's see the replay here. It was a back pass from Niagara, but given away in the defensive effort there, just unable to get it away from Connecticut, and just a simple tap in between a couple of Niagara defenders, and Sporting Connecticut send home their 6th goal of the matchup.
Connecticut goals for the number 14, Laney Smith.
What an incredible goal for Connecticut. Number 14. That's what the PA announcer said. And now it looks like Connecticut will have a corner kick of their own. They are pressing high, and they are not relenting this second half. They want to make sure that Niagara 1812 have zero chance to get back into this matchup. And almost maybe going for an Olympico there, but the ball was a little bit too low and ends up hitting the side netting on the near side of where the corner kick took place. Still a very good effort, though, from Connecticut, though Niagara will take the ball here. And once again, still just not much that Niagara can do before giving it away to Connecticut. I'm not sure if they've had the ball in the attacking half yet, but they're able to shepherd that one out of bounds. And to prevent that Connecticut attack from coming through, it will be a goal kick for Niagara. But again, the real challenge for them, not even just to try to get a goal back, but just to try to bypass that back line from Connecticut. They've been having a really tough time even approaching that back line. Connecticut's midfield of 5 has been very, very effective against Niagara. There was a foul against Connecticut, though, and so Niagara will take this free kick deep in their own half. We'll see what strategy they go for. They just look to pass it back gently. Maybe look to try to find some open players towards the center of the field. And now we'll look to find some space towards their left side. And we'll look to send it up. But it'll be a little bit of a trip. And Connecticut will get the ball back before Niagara will even touch it in their attacking half. Connecticut able to hold on to the ball here, gets it back, but will look to send it forward to try to find, I believe that was Kylie Yeeps there. But it goes out of play for a throw-in for Niagara, who will look to hold on to the ball. And we'll have a good pass, but it's taken away by Connecticut. Goes out of play for a throw-in. And thrown from Connecticut, given right away to Niagara. And now they'll look to push it forward. Going to try to send it towards their winger on that top of the box. There's going to be a foul against Connecticut. Niagara will take control of the ball inside the center circle. So they got a lot of yardage to make up here. A little bit of green grass in front of them. Going to go back towards that left side. And they'll just look to play it back. Just keep possession and try to keep the ball away from Connecticut players. There's dangerous opportunities in attack can happen, but Connecticut get the ball back there. And they immediately start to drive the ball forward, but it's taken away by Niagara. Good defense there. And that ball will go out of play, and it will go towards Connecticut. It looked as if Niagara maybe believed that the ball might have gone out from them for a throw in their favor, but Connecticut get it back. And then a solid chip up from Connecticut as we saw a player gunning it for the ball there, but it was a good recovery by Niagara and their keeper to prevent a shot on target. They're able to get a couple of passes together, but too many Connecticut players there to surround and overwhelm Niagara. And so Connecticut will keep the ball. You're going to look to maybe slow down the pacing of the matchup. We've seen a lot more energy from Niagara. I think they've been hanging on to the ball a little bit longer, trying to get back into this game. They're going to have to find some way. It is win or go home. And Connecticut still getting those link-up passes through those one touches, but they're going to get pushed out of bounds. Niagara are the one that pokes it, and it will be a throw-in for Connecticut. They're going to keep it tight on the sideline there, but they're able to break away from any of that Niagara press. Tries to send it through, but Connecticut using their strength to get the ball back and again poked away. Final third for Connecticut now. Potentially looking for a seventh if they're able to. Or look to see a very ambitious shot. It was a little back heel. Maybe got defended and deflected by some Niagara players. But that ball looked like it ran out of energy despite the very powerful kick from the top of the 18. So it gets deflected a couple of times. And the shot never makes it to the keeper for Connecticut. But they're able to get the ball back inside their own half. They'll send it forward. And there's going to be a little bit of a fight there over the ball. The ref's going to call a foul. That will go against Connecticut. No cards have been issued out during this matchup yet. No bookings, at least that I have seen. So far, despite the chippiness over the ball and the fouls every now and then, nothing too egregious to warrant any bookings. Niagara going to pass this one. This is Chloe Briggs on the ball. She'll send it towards that right-hand side, and Briggs will get back on the ball. I believe Connecticut kept her onside. And then Connecticut tries to back heel back to their keeper. That was a little bit dangerous. If Niagara were on top of that, they could have taken that ball away and taken a shot on goal there to potentially get one back. So Connecticut living life on the edge a little bit here, but had trust in their back line and their keeper Daly to keep that ball out of both the goal and out of the feet of Niagara's attackers. And so Connecticut, with some good, successful passing, trying to send it forward now. Are they able to get back onto the ball? It looks like it was just a little bit too strong of a pass. So it's going to be a goal kick in favor of Niagara. They're going to take their time to get the ball back in. But they are running out of time. It's been a very tough road for Niagara to get back into this game. And they just take the ball out, but it goes off of Connecticut at the last moment. So Niagara will take the throw and try to send it towards the center of the field, but too heavy of a touch, and that's going to go out of play. Connecticut will get the throw in there. And that's Brunello on the ball. We'll see who she sends it to. A couple of open players, but she'll send it as far forward as she can. Connecticut are able to get on top of the ball there. Going to try to pass towards the top of the 18, but gets taken away. But Connecticut are able to get it back after the quick intervention from Niagara. It's going to go out of play, though, too heavy of a touch for Connecticut to do anything with, and Niagara will get the throw in. Stymie that attack real quick. Good, solid defending from Niagara. So they send this one forward. But a little bit of a foul there against Niagara. Connecticut would get a free kick. I'd say about 30 yards out, it looks like. 30 to 35 yards out. Connecticut will have a free kick inside the attacking half. They'll look to send most of their attacking players up towards top of the 18. So the kick is off, but too low. Niagara's able to take advantage. The ball takes a wicked bounce. Wow. Crazy backspin on that ball. And that allows Connecticut to get back on it. My goodness. And so they're going to look to push this one forward once again. Niagara keeping a tough defensive hold. But Connecticut going to try to bypass him. We'll send it to the left of the box. Going to look for a cross inside, but deflected. And maybe Niagara should have let the keeper grab that one, but just trying to play it safe there. And they'll force a corner kick from Connecticut. So Connecticut hanging on to the ball. And we'll have a set piece opportunity once again. Ball gets kicked. It seems to go over everybody. Similar thing happened to Niagara before the half ended from that corner flag as well. Just too heavy of a kick. Could be the strong winds. There's also some strong wind gusts. You can see the flags blowing in the background. Earlier in the first half, we had a tent bowl over. So not only are we dealing with pretty humid and hot temperatures, but some decently strong winds as well. Makes it very difficult conditions to play soccer in. We're going to have a couple of substitutions. It looks like Connecticut are going to get a couple of players to swap out on the field. 60 minutes in, about 30 minutes to go in the game. A little bit less than that for Connecticut, and managing all of their players' energy levels and just trying to potentially save some of their best players for the East Region Finals. Again, you don't want to say never say... You want to say never. But you would have to imagine if you're Connecticut, you're assuming this one is locked up and you're just almost trying to play for the clean sheet now in this case. But they have had some good attacks regardless. Again, 2.5 minutes in this half, getting their 6th goal of the match. So they're still playing hard. And you're seeing it right here as well. Good one-touch pass towards that left wing. Connecticut are going to cross it inside the box. Nobody's there to go though. Good defense from Niagara. And so they're going to try to push it forward. It's too light of a touch, and Connecticut will get back on it, and they'll send it forward. They find a player, but 3 Niagara defenders there to take that ball away. So the defense has been much better from Niagara this half, but as soon as they get back on the ball, their passing has just been a little bit inaccurate, and Connecticut have been able to take advantage, though some good juke moves, able to get out of that one. Good moves from Niagara. But it does get back to Connecticut after a lofty pass across midfield. So this one's going to be sent through towards the top of the 18. Connecticut will sidestep that one. I think that's Johnson that was trying to get by the defender there. But good stuff from Niagara. And so Brunello will take the throw in for Connecticut. They'll push this one forward, but taken away by Niagara. Let's see what they can do with it. Going to push it towards the middle of the field. They're going to try to outrun the defender for Connecticut, and they're doing really well at it. Pushing down that left channel, bypassing Connecticut defender. Going to get a shot on target. But it's a save by Daly. It was hard to see. It was trying to wait. But as soon as Daly entered frame with the ball in hand, it was a good save, but very good chance from Niagara. That's the type of energy we want to see from this team. Might be a little bit late for it, but very happy to see them still fighting hard in improbable conditions in terms of a possible comeback, but able to just outrun Connecticut's defender there and single-handedly bypass that back line to at least get another shot on target, and perhaps their first this half, I believe. But at the end of the day, it was all just for a save for Connecticut's keeper. In Connecticut, you can see their back line strategically slowing the game down, trying to suck the air out of this one. Now just a couple of slow passes later, and then they choose to send a deep ball farther down. They have trust in their players, but a crazy shoulder tackle there, and the ref is going to call that one. That will be a foul against Connecticut, and it will be a free kick deep in their own third is Niagara. That's where they will set up shop and try to get their possession back. But you kind of see what Connecticut's plotting for the rest of the game. Up 6-0, they're planning on, as soon as they get the ball, just keeping it centered with their back line, allowing them to force Niagara to drop back a little bit. And then when they feel there's an open opportunity to perhaps break that line, Connecticut's going to take advantage off of a mistake from Niagara. They're going to try to maybe send the ball in for a cross there. Matches a player towards the top of the 18, but Niagara's there to maybe step in. Connecticut really trying to get their feet back on the ball, but good kick from Niagara to try to clear it. Only goes as far as Brunello, though. So Connecticut are still on it. Solid ground passing there. Connecticut able to sidestep a couple of defenders. Some good passes there. Now inside the box, going to take a shot, and a good save from Niagara. It's going to be a Connecticut throw-in, but very strong arms just to keep that ball out of goal.
Correction on a substitution. Trinity Meinhardt checked in for number 98, Scarlett Steele.
So we have a couple of substitutions going on throughout the duration of this half. Connecticut trying to perhaps get another opportunity, but here is where Niagara can shine. They have a counterattack opportunity. Connecticut are having a track back. Oh, I don't know if she's onside or not, and she's offsides. Oh, no. I saw that one as the pass was happening. It looked very promising for Niagara. There was a good opportunity for them to perhaps get a shot on target and see if they can really test Caitlin Daly there. Strong counterattack off a rare mistake from Sporting CT there. It looked really well, but the pass just happened a little bit too late. The run was a little bit too deep. And those are the types of things. Those are the types of things that set you apart, that in the end all add up to give you the difference that you see on the scoreboard right now. Niagara have had a couple of very good chances, but they've come few and far between, unfortunately for them. Whereas Connecticut have had many fruitful opportunities, a lot of them very successful, converting into goals, and by many different ways, whether it's from free kicks, whether it's from defensive mistakes from Niagara, or whether it's simply from building from their own back end. They've been able to break down Niagara's defense. It's been a very, very tough challenge for Niagara to get themselves in this match. And with about a quarter of time left of the 90, Connecticut have the ball and just going to take a quick shot. Had to have some quick reaction skills. Niagara's keeper just diving to her right, able to get two hands on the ball and catch that one. Very good to not let Connecticut's sneak attack bypass her. And so Niagara will send that ball forward, but it will be taken away by Connecticut. They're going to look to push that one, but it will be recovered by Connecticut. Niagara looked like they had a chance. Connecticut get the step on. They're going to try and turn it around and misses the kick. Niagara with a good defensive stand to get it back. And now maybe another counterattacking opportunity if they can push forward again, but they're taking a lot of time. Connecticut's going to be able to get back into shape. But very good on Niagara's part defensively to prevent a nearly surefire goal from Connecticut, but almost prevent the shot entirely. Just stepping in there right before the turn and shot took place. But Connecticut seems like they are not done yet. They're going to push this one forward, but it's too strong for them. It's going to go out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Niagara. And so here at the 70-minute mark, we will take a water break. The two teams, again, very hot temperatures, hot and windy temperatures. So these water breaks are essential with the heat wave that's going across pretty much this entire nation. So we're going to take a couple of minutes to have this water break, get every player hydrated and healthy so they can finish this game. Connecticut up 6-0 with less than 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time, practically submitting their ticket for the East Region Finals of this WPSL 2025 playoffs, submitting their ticket towards the national quarterfinals. So Sporting Connecticut looking like a strong contender, not only to win this match, but to perhaps win the entire East Region. Again, we will see the second match of the second East Region semifinals at 4 o'clock Eastern. That will be Brooklyn City FC going up against PA Classics. So the winner of that game will face likely Sporting CT in the East Region Finals. That will happen tomorrow at 1 p.m. And those will be the national quarterfinals. But the East Region Finals, and then the winner of that matchup will advance towards the national semifinals of the 2025 WPSL playoffs, where the East Region champion, whoever that may be, will go on to face the winner of the Central Region playoffs. So lots of WPSL action today for the playoffs. All 8 games going live today in these WPSL playoffs, the 2025. And then all of the national quarterfinal games will go live tomorrow, or all of the regional final games. You can use the terms interchangeably there. And then a couple days break before the WPSL national semifinals. And then July 20th will be the WPSL national championship game, taking place at Oklahoma State University, 7 p.m. Central. Sporting Connecticut looking really strong, and not only sending a message to their East Region opponents on the other half of the East Region semifinals, but perhaps sending a message to all of the other 15 teams remaining in the WPSL playoffs that this is not a team to mess around. And Connecticut are going to try push one again and perhaps lock in a seventh, but a good save from Niagara. Once again, that might be the third save in a row. And so Niagara looked to get back on the ball, having a little bit more confidence in their defensive structure here. But we got to see what they can do offensively. They get tripped up there by Connecticut. It's going to be a foul. It'll be a free kick for Niagara. But it will get taken away. Maybe a little bit out of position. Connecticut have a one-on-one opportunity, and they're just going to send this one into the back of the net. And there's Connecticut 7 using a counterattack opportunity to slot home their 7th of the game. Good pass from midfield to send it towards the top of the 18, and Connecticut with no one to defend for Niagara to get back. Connecticut come through. And that has to be it for the game, pretty much. Connecticut locks in their 7th. And I think at this point, the lead might just be too much for Niagara to cut into. It might be too deep of a hole for Niagara to climb out of. I think that 7th goal, especially this late into the matchup, might have put this one to bed. Again, you could argue that much earlier, maybe even when it was 5-0 at halftime, you could argue that the game was already put to bed there. But again, in the world of soccer, you just never know. You never know what could happen. You know, maybe a halftime formation change or a tactical change, or even just some motivational, halftime speeches could rejuvenate some of the players' energy and allow them to get back into this matchup. You just never know. But I think at this point in time, that 7th goal, 7th unanswered goal, being this late into the game, I think it's safe to say that this one has been put to rest. But Connecticut is still pushing ahead, pushing along, and trying to put their mark, not only on this game, like I mentioned, but across the entirety of the WPSL playoffs. And a good back heel nutmegs the defender. My goodness, what a little showcase of skill there, but couldn't find anybody. I think she fooled even her own teammates. But gets kicked out of bounds from Niagara. And it looks like a substitution will be made for Sporting Connecticut as well. So Sporting CT will take the throw in. And it looks like they're still attacking. They're still going to try to see out some more goals. And if Niagara are letting them do it so, I mean, why not? They get a good cross in. I thought that might have gone out of play, but it doesn't go out of bounds. Instead, it's going to be an eighth for Sporting Connecticut. That ball, look at this, driving down that left channel. And right there, I thought maybe the ball went out of play, but that cross, maybe the Niagara defenders thought it went out of play too and maybe stopped playing. And the cross went through everybody, found a Connecticut attacker, and just able to send a powerful shot back home. That was a close one. Very, very close one. Hard to tell if that one went out or not. But at the end of the day, might not even matter, but a very, very strong goal from Connecticut. Way to just keep playing till the whistle. And they send home their 8th of the game. And it's just very much out of hand for Niagara. I'm sure this is worse than they could have ever imagined. And another giveaway for Connecticut, who's going to try to send that one towards the right side. But they are able to get it back after an interference from Niagara. And then a good through ball there. And Connecticut are going to send another deep shot, but it's going to hit the side netting, go out of play. But the keeper does get a hand to it. So able to prevent a 9th goal for the time being. But that will be a corner kick for Connecticut, with about 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. And wow, an Olympico from the corner flag. Doesn't even hit anybody. That is an unreal goal. Best of the matchup. Let's take a look at that one. This corner kick over everybody's head. No one touches it, over the keeper's hand. An unbelievable goal from Connecticut. They are showing off and showing out at this point in the matchup. Unreal. 9-0 Sporting Connecticut, with that one definitely being the best goal of the matchup that we have seen. Unreal corner kick. You got to give Connecticut their flowers. That is unreal. Book your next game with NSN for professional live streaming and full broadcast services. Let us bring your event to life with high quality production and coverage. Scan the QR code or call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast today.
Connecticut goal scored by number 29, Abby Burgess.
They said that was number 29 for Connecticut. Let's find out who that was. Abby Burgess was the one standing on the corner flag, taking the corner kick and scoring the Olympico. That is unreal. Phenomenal goal from number 29, Abby Burgess there for Sporting CT. So Niagara just trying to do what they can to just keep the ball under their own feet. But they're going to get a foul called against them. Connecticut will take advantage. Love to see good sportsmanship this late into the game and during a game this lopsided as well. But Connecticut will hang on to the ball. We'll restart. We'll send it back to Daly, their keeper. It will go towards the right side or their left side, near side of the field. Going to bring it back. Not much of a press for Niagara. Perhaps waving the white flag. Hard to tell. But Connecticut still going to keep going. If they see an opportunity to attack, they're going to take it. Going to try to get a couple of passes through. Just hanging on in their own half so far. And just coasting with their more than comfortable lead that they have. And again, leads like this aren't even fairly uncommon for Connecticut. As we were going over the last 5 games, Connecticut did have an 11-0 victory in their conference against Kingston Capitals about a month ago, mid-June. So leads like this are not out of the realm of possibility for Connecticut. And so with about 5 minutes left of this game, we have a couple of final substitutions for both sides. Connecticut still pushing forward, but good defense from Niagara, still having to play tough. Gonna try to spring an attack of their own. Connecticut doing very well to track them down, forcing an errant pass from Niagara. And they'll go all the way back to Daly, who will send it towards the right. And Connecticut will choose to slow things down once again, just coasting.
Double substitution for Niagara 18-12. Back on the pitch, number 15, Jocelyn Calderoni. Correction, number 98.
Connecticut with a couple of through balls, just trying to get some high percentage passes in, though gets taken away by Niagara. Good couple of step throughs, tries to break through Connecticut. But Connecticut able to win the ball in the end there. Going to try to switch up the field of play, but too heavy of a touch, gets taken away by Niagara. Though Connecticut able to take advantage of the ball, and then just a very ambitious shot goes wide to the right. So Niagara will take the goal kick. It's headed away by Connecticut. And then Niagara will just have to kick it out of play. I believe that'll be a Connecticut throw-in or a corner kick. It was hard to tell exactly where the ball went out. I think it's going to be a throw-in for Connecticut with about 2.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Connecticut putting everybody else that will be remaining on watch with this performance. Goes out of play. Connecticut will take another throw-in. But it gets taken away by Niagara. Counterattack opportunity on the loose for them, but it's way too heavy of a pass. And Connecticut's back line are there. Like I mentioned, back when they were up 6-0, their back line, they can just chill and not allow for any counterattacks to occur. And the ref is going to call offsides on Connecticut. I almost thought that was the final whistle, but the ref's going to call offsides. We hit the 90th, so we'll see how much stoppage time there is. Good through ball from Niagara. Couldn't find her teammate, though. And so that'll go all the way to Daly. And so Connecticut going to slow this down, try to see this one out. At this point, might as well just try to preserve the clean sheet. And just going to keep passing in their own corner. Niagara have no reason to attack at this point unless they want a consolation goal. Just seeing this one out with Connecticut. Going to play by their standards. Tried to get the ball as it popped in the air, but Connecticut will get back on top of it. Good little nutmeg there for Connecticut to try to spring forward on that left side. Oh, and a heavy tackle. And at the very end of the game, we're going to see our first booking. It's going to be a yellow card for Niagara, 18-12. On that left side of the field. Just took down Lexi Taylor, who sprung forward with a through ball. Connecticut with one last surprise attack. And that's pretty much what Niagara had to do in order to prevent a 10th. And then the free kick from Connecticut looked like a direct free kick towards goal. Although the ref was not set, so I think they're going to retake the free kick. And so this could be the last action of the game. Again, unclear of the amount of stoppage time we have. That one. And that is the last action of the game. There it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sporting Connecticut with a dominant performance, taking down Niagara 18-12 by a score of 9-0. We will see Sporting Connecticut tomorrow face off against the winner of the next East semifinal matchup, Brooklyn City FC and PA Classics. That will go live in 1 hour. And then the winner of that matchup will advance to face Sporting CT tomorrow at 1 Eastern in the East Region Finals of the WPSL playoffs. Thank you so much for watching this matchup on the National Soccer Network. We will see you real soon.
Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time.
Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages.
Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today.